On today's episode of the Real Recovery Podcast, episode number 110, there is no guest, just Julie and Peter. And honestly, this one might be the most personal episode we've ever put out. Peter is going to tell you something he went through this past year that most people had no idea about while the episodes kept dropping every single Friday. And Julie, wait until you hear what her sponsor said to her recently and why those few words meant more to her than almost anything she's ever heard in her life. This is episode 110, and it starts right now.
Hello, and welcome to the Real Recovery Podcast. I'm Julie, your co-host. On this journey of healing and transformation, together with my co-host Peter, we dive into the heart of recovery, sharing stories that resonate with courage and inspiration.
That's right, Julie. Each episode is a new chapter in this vast narrative of recovery, and we're honored to bring them to you. But keep in mind, the perspectives you'll hear are for informational purposes only and may not reflect the views of the podcast or our partners.
Indeed, while these conversations can be a powerful part of your recovery toolkit, they are not substitute for professional medical advice. We encourage you to seek guidance from your healthcare provider for any treatment-related decisions.
And if you're facing an immediate crisis, or if you just need to talk to someone who understands, don't hesitate to call the Recovery Crisis Line at 503-223-8569. That number is also on our website. Help is available 24/7.
Now let's begin our episode
Of recovery, real recovery.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, Julie.
I'm excited to do this episode.
Yeah?
I really am.
Yeah.
No, I'm really excited to do this episode.
We're a little
ti-
late. We're like, what, 5 episodes late?
Better late than never.
The time this comes out, maybe 6 episodes late.
It's okay. You can push it there in front or whatnot. Hello, everyone. This is Julie from the Real Recovery Podcast.
And as you might guess, this is Peter. Hi, everyone.
And we don't have a guest tonight. You are stuck with us.
Yeah.
And
Coco.
And Coco.
And the new addition to my family, Boots, who adopted us. We didn't adopt him. He's a cat.
We are in Studio H. This is my first Thursday off in Praise Jesus, Hallelujah.
Yeah. And it's beautiful out.
And I
Skies.
missed 4 months ago. This is which it'll come out late, but this is the official start of the Sweet 16 and Saturday the Elite 8.
I barely know what that is.
I didn't even know if my team was going to be in it, and they're still there. But I didn't know whether they'd play Thursday or Friday, and they play tomorrow night. So today was like a freebie for me.
Nice.
And
yeah, but you had some adventures today, didn't you?
I did. I spent the day with my sponsor, my dad, who last week, I was having a rough day. We talked about it, and he told me I was his favorite person. And you have a husband.
It's like parents always say, you're my favorite child.
But me not having parents like that.
Yeah.
It was such unconditional love that, like, who would have thought that I would have got this? Me and his 5-year anniversary is coming up on my AA birthday. On May 17th,
Wow.
He's been my sponsor for 5 years. On May 17th, he's had Sammy for 3 years.
Oh my gosh. We watched a show last night. It's a UK show where they place dogs. It's dogs. Only dogs. And I totally thought of Sammy because they had one cute little terrier. I was like, oh, it was a cross between, but it looked much like Sammy. Just so cute. And he was so timid, and the people were like, come here, trying to meet and greet and get to know him. And he was just like Sammy, because I remember when I first met Sammy, he was skittish and just would run away, and then he'd sneak up to you, and then you'd move your hand. And, it was so funny.
What's so crazy? Him and my dog Duke are like, yo, what's up, bro? And then Duke is his own man, but he'll be like, Sammy, what are you barking at? I'll bark too.
My
He
gosh.
talks him into it. But yeah, some of the greatest things. So I'm really excited about some of the upcoming events. But the reason we got together tonight was we just did our second year.
Yeah.
Finished
What a year it was.
104 episodes. We haven't missed an episode. dropped an episode every Friday. And Peter and I thought about it. And it's funny because Roger sent me a thing today that says, think about a year ago today. This too shall pass.
Yeah.
And where were you a year ago today?
Yeah, March was when I got diagnosed with my sublingual carcinoma, I think is what it's called. But it was basically cancer at the base of my tongue. And it was advanced. And
you laugh, but it's not a laughing matter.
No, back then it wasn't for me. And it came about, I'm not going to go into my whole cancer journey, but basically it was, I thought it was just a cold and an earache, just pain, sore throat, whatever.
And every time you got in the car, I would say, Peter, are you sick?
Yeah, because I had this cough.
Because I'm a germaphobe, people.
Yeah.
You don't even know. And I'd be like, Peter, are you sick? But when I didn't get sick around him 3 weeks in a row and it still continued, I knew he wasn't sick.
No. And yeah, March was when I finally went in. It was this cold or whatever it was. They'd give me antibiotics, whatever. I went in and the doctors, we need to give you an ultrasound. And I went and had that done. And I knew because I worked in the medical field. I worked at the Providence Hospital for a period. And I knew those scans. And so I was watching out of the corner of my eye as she was doing the ultrasound and these things were showing up. And I'm like, oh, I have a feeling I know what that is. And then it was like stat, this gal got me in to see this gal who ENT specialist and did the throat scope. And I got to get you going. And it happened so fast. By April, I was starting my first treatments.
And you know what's so crazy about that is here you are, a podcast host.
Yeah.
And we're talking about your tongue, your talking, your throat. And
I could bear during that year. So you who listen, our listeners who don't know me personally, you probably didn't notice a difference because we were able to record some shows ahead of time. And then we did the founding episodes. But during that whole year, as it went on with the treatments, I got less and less able to talk. I couldn't eat. I lost 80 pounds, because if that tells you something.
He looks hot and sexy, just let me tell you. And he's been tanning and swimming and toning, but he's making a comeback and looks flawless.
Yeah. After last year, how I feel today is probably 150%. And I'll get to 200% better, but I'm at least 150% better. I'm still dealing with some side effects and stuff. The latest scans are clear. I hope to maintain that. I think you go for 5 years, you keep going to get evaluated every 6 months. That'll start, I think, this year. So I've been going every 3 months and as needed. But then after 5 years, they consider you in remission. So I'm really cross my fingers because when
God is good.
Yeah. And I'm just always trying to be positive and think positive about it. When I first got diagnosed, of course, my thoughts went dark, but then it was in almost like planning mode or prepping mode. Okay, if this is it, here's what I need to do. I want to make sure that Justin's taken care of and all of my finances and will and all that stuff are in order, stuff that you just don't think about until it happens, or at least you're supposed to think about it, but I never did.
No.
Who wants to dwell on that? Although I'm glad that I did dwell on it because with my folks, it was like, oh my God, we got to make sure all this, it can be real messy if you don't have things in place.
I do understand.
Yeah, to come from that to March this year. And last year, I didn't get to do a lot of stuff that I normally do. As we've talked about on the show, I like to entertain. So a lot of times we'll have barbecues, sit on the back patio, or go to other people's. I like to host.
Yeah, Father's Day wasn't the same last year.
Yeah. All the holidays, I like to do the barbecue and have everybody come over. That didn't happen. So there's a lot of things and I didn't camp at all. Which going from camping almost 12 times, I think the year before, and to none was a lot. I did get to go
1 year. How crazy is that?
Yeah. So I don't want to keep going on about that, but
you know what I find ironic though? Just one more thing about that. One, we still dropped a podcast every Friday.
Yeah.
And thank God we recorded all those episodes and we were recording God, my God, me and Peter were attached at the hip.
It was exhausting.
It was. We were recording sometimes 5 days a week, knowing that that was coming. And then what's really crazy about that is Doyle Smith came to this house. Doyle Smith from Dual Diagnosis. I don't know what episode he is off. I'm going to memorize these episodes. I swear to God. But Doyle came to the house one day before he went out on FMLA to fight his cancer, which was almost so similar to yours.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And you had just started
Episode 56.
Episode 56. And Doyle, who is my man, I love him. And you're like, I'm hoping I don't have that.
Yeah.
And crazy enough. But it was just ironic, right? And the last thing he did before he started his treatment was this podcast.
Yeah.
Before he went out on FMLA.
Yeah.
And then I think about 1 year ago, where was I at? Right?
Yeah.
Unemployed. On my second interview for my company, accepted a job for $15.75 as a backup in case I didn't have anything. Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And little scared, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Lot scared, I guess, maybe, from being laid off. My unemployment was over.
Right.
And my severance package. So it was scary. I think when we started right at the end of recording, we knew you were going to treatment and I was going into training. And it was almost dual at the same time.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, those 3 months of training were like, whoa, nothing like cancer. Trust me. Though I was
intense.
But I was thinking about you every day. It was just such a difference to drive every day. I'm not used to driving an hour each way. That's a long day.
Yeah.
And an hour for lunch. So those are 11-hour days. And the crazy thing, and Izzy and I were talking about this, Izzy from GTD, our sponsor. Izzy and I were talking about this at 3 months in. It's the first time I'm not somebody's boss in a long time. And I'm not sure. I'm unsure. And I prayed. And I said, I just need a sign that I'm in the right place and I don't start looking for something else. And that day, Izzy text messages me and says, I'm going to be at your company. Come down at 3, take pictures and meet with us. And when I get emotional about this, because I swear to God, like my prayers were answered. I go down and I meet the people and we get our pictures taken all on my 15-minute break. And the fact that my company sponsored something that I believe in.
Yeah.
Somebody that I sponsored who.
It's like full circle in a way.
It's just, can I tell you? And it is full circle. And it's just like full circle when he puts our logo on his shirt. And I bought him his first shirt as his Christmas present at my first sponsor's house when this fool was riding his bike over the Hawthorne Bridge and getting hit. And I am like, when he was still a waiter, it's so crazy. And it's just so amazing. Like the good that has come in this world. Anyway, and I do believe that my company is the most flawless company in the world. I do. I really do. The good I see them doing.
Yeah, they do so much community work.
I am just like beyond excited. And I always withdraw from holding their name because I'm waiting to get hired. There's a year probation and that's coming up. 1 year coming up on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Crazy stuff though. 1 year.
Yeah. It's hard to... I get very confused because last year was such a wash for me. It's almost like it didn't happen. But the time has passed. The 2 years have come about and we had different goals at the end of our first year podcast. And we're like, okay, the first year we're getting established and we're seeing if we can do this. And if people are going to receive it and be receptive to what we want to do. And then it was like, okay, now we need to figure out how we can finance it so we can keep doing it.
And instead, it was the year of survival. I honestly think it was the year of survival.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about that is it might have been the year of survival, but as far as listeners go and podcasts go, we fucking flourished.
Yeah.
I've had more people come up to me, give me feedback. I've had somebody tell me the podcast saved their life, which was like, if we touched one life like that, then everything we've done is of purpose.
Yeah.
I believe we've helped people get connected with different resources.
Yeah.
I know that when we take somebody that's really shy, like a James Swift, that's his podcast drops tomorrow, and we give them a little bit of confidence in their recovery, and they give me a different perspective on, wow, maybe I need to add a little more fitness because it sure is working for this guy. And then Jerry's podcast is coming up, and Jerry's meeting me at a meeting tomorrow, and Jerry's shy. Jerry doesn't go to the afternoon meeting. And I'm like, listen, I got your podcast shirt. I'll meet you there. And last Sunday I met Andrea, our Andrea. And I met Andrea at a meeting. And then it's just like, Mark, I mailed off his shirt last week.
Yeah.
Mark is housebound and took the time to do our podcast.
Yeah. That was our first Zoom, quote unquote. It wasn't Zoom, but it's like Zoom. For those, most people know what Zoom is. That was our first Zoom.
And what's crazy is Joe from New York, who did our podcast while he was in town.
Yeah.
Joe from New York, I was like, how was the audio? I'm checking with him and he's like, it was great, Julie. And I was
cool.
like, and then you had a friend.
It did all work out. It worked out. And I'm, as you may or may not know, I'm the technical side of things.
Oh,
so for me, whenever something happens that's out of my routine, it's okay, I got to figure out, make sure all this is going to work. Is the technology in place? Do I know how to work it? All these things come, and it went flawless. I was very impressed with how it came off. We had a few little weird things, but just normal stuff, audio feedback type stuff.
My headset needed the right settings. It was set up for work still. No.
Yeah, but it was awesome. And yeah, I had a dear friend, from back in middle school.
Give her a shout out.
And give her a shout out. My friend Felicia, she listens to this, so
her name is Felicia.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
hi, Felicia.
We reconnected, and we're the kind of friends that it's like you pick up the phone after however many years, and it's like that you haven't missed a day.
Me and Jen from AA.
Although we had to catch up, so we did talk for over 2.5 hours.
I love that.
But it was, and to come out and to find out that she enjoys the podcast and had been listened, like binged 70 plus shows or something like that. And it's just, wow. I never thought the reach, I had big ideas, but I never, to realize how many people are listening and the audience that we have is amazing and thrilling.
You know what kills me? David. And yes, David, I'm talking to you. Get to a meeting now. My friend David was going through trial this whole time in Australia, and he was acquitted. He was the one I mailed the podcast shirt to.
Oh, okay.
Which is how we became 32nd in Australia, people. But the fact that people in Australia listen to our podcast, people in Portugal listen to our podcast.
When I pull up the stats, there's a screen that shows you your reach, like around the world. And it's like all these countries. I'm like, who's listening to us in Italy? It's just all these cross the pond.
I love it so much.
It's amazing.
And we're getting solicited now.
Oh, yeah.
We're getting solicited. And it's funny because we don't really do that. Yeah. We don't. We should. So we got some funding, but we don't. If you have a book and it's coming out, we do. There's a reason why our podcast is called Real Recovery. We do real stories that we know. And I'd like to say that we've done 107 podcasts?
Yeah.
I don't know how
108 will be this Friday.
I don't know how many people can say they know a miracle or have had a miracle in their life. I know 108 of them.
Yeah.
I've had 108 miracles in my life. Yeah. Okay. That these people probably shouldn't have made it, didn't know they could have, and they did.
Yeah.
where they've been, what they've been through. It's miracle. And there is hope in this crazy ass world. And I stay out of that because if it hurts my recovery, but
Right.
look at, I don't talk about it. I'm not political. I'm all about recovery and fighting for the services, advocacy day,
Right.
recovery walk, but I stay out of all the drama, especially there's the word Epstein comes up all the time right now. And I stay out of all of that. That personally affects me, especially being involved in stuff. It doesn't affect me like it used to, but I just don't want to be. Yeah.
Who wants to have negativity
I don't.
encroach on their life? And
I
so
don't.
I try to avoid it too. I always try to be aware of what's going on, but that's as far as it goes.
I have to tell you, Cassandra, it's so funny, who's coming up on 2 years sober in May.
That's amazing.
How the hell does that happen? God is good. And thank you, another chance. But Cassandra comes to me and I don't know what's going on in the world. She's, oh, did you hear The Bachelorette is canceled? She was drunk and she threw a chair. And I wouldn't even know what's going on. Cassandra clues me in and it's great. She's going to come on the podcast. And I'm really excited for her to share her story. It's different. It's not all the rest. She didn't have to go through hell. She had a great childhood. Thank God.
Yeah. We've had a few stories where, you know, growing up, white picket fence, the perfect little house, little suburbia, great family. This disease can hit anybody.
And it doesn't matter what color, what size, what nationality, what religion. Addiction doesn't have a prejudice.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a bias. I agree with you. I'm excited. We have Jeremiah coming up. We're going to have Dina Fields I'm so excited for this podcast. Dina is amazing. I talked to her this morning.
Oh, cool.
Not available 9 to 6, Monday through Friday. I had all these calls scheduled for this morning because I'm off on a Thursday. I went over to True Colors and I do believe a fundraiser is in our future, Peter.
Yeah. So as I was saying last year, that was the plan. Didn't happen. So this year we're back on track. And what's funny is that last year I was just getting to the finished line because the Oregon Humanities Grant deadline was in April. And I'd done all this work. It is a process to put a grant together. It is such a process. And I was newbie. So I had to learn everything from scratch. And luckily there's a gal there, that Alex, who helped me out so much. And I'm so appreciative to her for that.
Shout out to Alex, because at least you gain this knowledge, right?
Oh, it was amazing. However, unfortunately, because of the way politics went, all the funding got pulled, the federal funding that they get. And so they had to cancel the grant. They weren't able to do it. However, this year they're back and they have a grant. Fred Meyer has provided funds to
crazy as that. And you used to work at Fred Meyer.
I know. Talk about full circle.
That is, isn't it crazy how these things just come up?
Yeah,
it is. It is so crazy.
Well, this week, I got the confirmation that our application has been received. It's all there. So we are in the running for this grant. And I'm really crossing my fingers and feeling so positive about it. So we'll know in June, I think, and then the funds would come in July. So that would be really helpful for us. We also, this year...
I think people don't understand that, and for us, it hasn't been about the money. We've donated every bit of our time, right? I have a job, you have a job, that we literally are trying to pay for the newsletter that costs $25.60 to send out a month. We're trying to pay for what it cost us to publish the podcast, and 15,000 listeners or listens around globally. And we're just trying to pay for our costs. Yeah. You know, what's crazy? I paid for the first the shirts. Peter paid for the second set of shirts. Izzy paid for the third set of shirts. Yeah, I was just
going to say that. We got that this year. Izzy was our first sponsor
ever,
and basically covered our shirt purchase. And some people may think, shirts, why are you buying shirts? What we do is our shirts are given to every guest that we have on the show. Plus, we also sell them or for donations, if you will, at different events that we attend.
Yes.
And so they can bring in money for us to help pay for the services that we have to pay for. And it's
not
a small
everybody
token.
has one. Okay.
Yeah. And these shirts, like we have shirts, have a store that you can go to the website and click on merch.
Those are fancy.
Yeah. But these, and those are like in full color, and you can get it on it, the logo on anything. But these are two-tone. So it was white on black or white on red. Those are the two palettes that we've had so far. And then they're given to guests. And a guest coming onto our show and sharing their story.
Life.
So vulnerable, so heartfelt. It's the littlest thing we can do to give back to them and they're like, oh, we get a shirt. And they're so proud to show it off. And if they're on Zoom, they're like standing up and look at my shirt,
And what?
It means
it's
a lot.
Pride. And I have to tell you, it's just like I have on my GTD shirt today I'm representing. And he just got green shirts.
Yeah, the hoodies, the zip up hoodies. Yeah.
And buy a GTD hoodie right now. It's for a good cause.
They've been selling.
I know. Peter does the website.
Yeah,
okay.
So I have an inside line.
And I have a pair of shoes that match them flawlessly. Okay. And I'm getting one. Cassandra saw them the first day they came out. She's like, there's new sweatshirts.
Oh, wow.
And she's, do you think? And I was like, you can buy one. But yeah, no. And it's just like Sky. We do recover shirts. You wear that. And I wouldn't have met Justin. That was on our show.
Yeah.
I literally stopped this man in a parking lot because he had on a We Do Recover shirt and I knew it was from Sky. What are the chances? Like, I say to him, hey, can I get a picture? I send it to Sky and I'm like, who's this dude? He's got your shirt on. I want him on the podcast. What are the chances? And I will say, out of all our guests, no, I just have to give this man a shout out. Okay. He's a sports enthusiast, which doesn't always happen on our show like I am. He likes my teams. He's always giving a yay for the Duke Blue Devils and the Boston Celtics. But it's just crazy.
It's part of the purpose of this podcast, breaking the stigma. And part of that breaking that stigma is showing people, not being afraid to show that, yes, I have an addiction, but look at where I am today. I didn't let that addiction rule my life.
And I used to be ashamed, Peter. I really did. I'm just saying, I don't think.
Part of the shame is not taking care of it. You're ashamed. You don't want to be labeled, right? So I didn't want to be, I'm like, I'm not an alcoholic. I am not. And I'm not one of those. And the whole perception, even in my early, I was like, those are the bums underneath the Burnside Bridge. But
I'm just the opposite. I knew I was an addict, right? But I didn't want you to know I was an addict.
Oh, yeah. When I say that,
no,
the
I'm
perception
just saying,
of others to me.
I think when we were in my kitchen, I really do think when we were in my kitchen, stripping on my kitchen table.
Don't take that literally, people.
It was the first time I went super public to everyone, not just in our group.
Right.
About my...
We bared our souls, basically.
We did. I've bared my soul since then. And since this podcast, I've gone IOP. You've had cancer. Yeah. Like new jobs.
I proudly wear my recovery shirt and others from
Me too,
others
to work, no less.
And people will stop. I've been stopped multiple times. What is that? What does that mean? What's the GTD mean? What's the real recovery?
And I have so much pride in it.
And then you get someone who's, are you in recovery? I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm wearing this. I am too. And it's like this like joy of meeting someone else who's made it through. It's like going through the darkest times of your life and coming out a success on the other side. Who wouldn't want to be proud of that? Right?
And I will tell you through the podcast, and thank you to everybody who's done the podcast. I want to tell you, being molested and not talking about it till 55, 56, not the easiest thing. And so grateful I went to IOP. And I will tell you 2 particular podcasts. Big ass grown men, Jared and Judd. Yeah. And when they talked about having similar experiences, right? It has helped heal me. And then Ebony, right? My girl. Okay. I love this girl. I think she's the most beautifulest girl in the world, almost, for real. And she just got her whole tuition paid for at Portland State. Okay.
That's awesome.
Go Ebony.
Yeah.
But after her childhood, right? I didn't feel bad about mine. I'm just saying. It's amazing how you heal through other people's processes. And I think that's what peer services does.
Yeah.
You can help others through your lived experiences.
Very important.
And I want to thank, and I don't want to miss anybody, but I want to thank like getting my CRM from 4D and that opening up the painted horse and all those people, Elton, you know, Sky is going to be at a function June 13th at 4D in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And guess who runs 4D in Vancouver? Our guy, Adrian Burrs, best dresser. I just want
also
you to
on the podcast.
also on the podcast. And Adrian has the best hat and shoe collection. I'm just saying.
The important things, folks.
It is. I told Peter it was going to
shoes.
It is. It just depends what you got. But anyway, Adrian now is the director over there.
Right.
Tony honoring a promise to Rick Schmitz and opening the center in Washington. And Sky's going to be performing there. Sky drops a new song every Friday, and we're going to be dropping his episode again and letting people know we do recover.
Yeah.
I put his sweatshirt on our website the other day because it's my favorite one. It's the rainbow one,
Yeah.
the one I have.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah,
I'm disappointed because the shirt that I have from him
It's
is
too big now.
way too big. It's like a dress.
Sky, you hear that? Peter needs the black rainbow one. Okay, so he can match. And
I'm a large.
and
Medium to large.
and I am smaller. I am a shirt
Yeah.
size smaller. So I need the 2X instead of the 3X. But I want the black rainbow t-shirt, not just the sweatshirt. I think those colors are so fly and popping.
Yeah.
And Izzy, he's thinner now too and looking pretty sexy with
Yeah.
himself.
Recovery or sobriety, however you want to say it, really looks good
On
on
people.
you, on people, I'm speaking to you out there who are sober and
It does. You get a different look.
yeah, the skin clears
Your
up.
skin, exactly,
Um,
around your eyes.
I have seen pictures of before and afters. Oh my God, especially meth, people who have done the meth and the sunken eyes, the
It's
pock
not
marks
even
on the
that.
face, all that.
It's the face, Peter.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you,
Oh
my face would break out,
yeah,
right?
the breakouts, the pock
3
mark.
weeks later,
Yeah.
when I went to the doctors, he was like, oh my God, you look so beautiful. My skin was clear.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was just, I would like to think I look super young for my age, right? And I'm going to tell you, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you to recovery.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I want my body to match soon, but we'll do
But
it the
it-
slow way.
It allows you to take care of those things. I swim 3 times a week because I love swimming and that's my motivation to go do it. Because otherwise I have no motivation
Well,
to go to
and
the
how-
gym.
How you feel in the pool, I think, is really good too.
It's good, very good exercise
It's-
as it is beyond me just loving to swim.
I will
But-
tell you what's the healthiest is I was still running a company when we started this, and I was working a lot still. And that was a big part of sobriety was as well. Been sober a long time, but my brain is my soul, my spirituality is so strong now. My recovery is so strong. I honestly know that I can weather any.
Yeah.
Like other people, I'm just telling you, like, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I know part of it's from the podcast. I know it's also willing to do the work. Like right now, I'm reading The Ripple, which comes after The Rock, and I'm working on step 10 all the time, taking my own inventory, not other people's, and working on what can I do better. And right now it's affirmations. And I never did meditation until the last, I've upped my game through work on meditation. Thank you, Keontae. I always say this guy that's on the work meditation, his name is Keontae, and I can listen to his voice, but I love my body meditations. And then I do food meditations on I'm going to eat what's healthy. And I think all these things come into healthy recovery. It just starts by alcohol is just a symptom. Drugs are just a symptom. Whatever it is, just a symptom. You have to go a little deeper and find out what really works to make you healthy. And I know mine was all the things that, from the childhood and on from that. It wasn't just one thing, but I know that when I was high, I didn't think about any of those things. It was just like when you're drunk, it numbs it out, just like when you're stoned. And I want to tell people, thank you for the education. I've learned more this year.
Oh.
I didn't know what spice was. I didn't know what monkey snot was. I didn't know what clapping drugs were. I feel old. I'm grateful I wasn't around during fentanyl.
Yeah.
I'm around. But
fentanyl has been one of the most horrific things to hit the community, all communities.
Yeah.
It's lethal. It's taken out so many people. So
I want to say shout out to the people that are out there doing the work. The Lance Ortons.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite podcasts, speaking of which.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the...
Crazy Cameron.
Crazy Cameron.
Oh my God. And
he's going to... Maybe this year we'll have him on our show.
Shout out to Lance Orton, who's taken an organization that was in bad shape and turned it around. New building. And Lance takes the people that are the hardest. You know what I'm saying? That are not coming from the white picket fence at all. And let me tell you, it's just like Luciano going to Blanche house.
Mm-hmm.
That one touched my soul. And then him reaching out to Terry from Peer Services, our Terry.
Yeah.
Like, again, a full circle 360 moment. How does that happen?
You can't not listen, or you can't listen to these stories and not see the hope.
And the connection.
Yeah. And the connection. Yeah.
Recovery isn't just for this group and just for this group and just for that group. Recovery is for everyone. It's there if you want it.
Exactly. One of the things, we've done a lot of personal stories, and one of the things I've wanted to do, and I think we're going to be able to do this year, is to get some more group type roundtables, parking lots, whatever you want to call them.
The roundtable parking lot. Yeah.
And because I think in addition to these personal stories,
they're
great.
Subjects.
It's great to hear from different perspectives on subjects, and how do you deal with the holidays, and how do you deal with job loss or downtimes or relationship issue, and how do you stay in recovery and away from whatever your addiction was. And I think those would be very helpful too. There's so many tools out there, and what we've gained.
And I think our first one is going to be about Peer Services and what's available.
That'd be awesome.
And get some of we got one new guy coming on. Mordecai is coming on from True Colors.
Wonderful.
And talking about peer services there. And then Luciano is going to come on. And I got one more coming on, but we're going to talk about peer services and what it means to be a peer and get some help from a peer.
Yeah.
And then we're going to work on maybe even a cancer recovery, because it is recovery. I talked to Doyle.
Through all the different types of recovery that our guests have gone through, the NA, the AA, the SMART, Sobriety. We've gained so many different tools from all these different people. Like,
it's amazing.
Yeah. Every program has little nuances
and how much do you and I get to gain?
Yeah. We've been blessed by all these.
I'm just telling you.
So to have these roundtables and to have people from different types of recovery and say, this is what worked for me and this is what worked for me.
And different organizations.
Yeah. And I would like to, it'd be great to have people from different types of groups or organizations.
Absolutely.
Because what my own personal story, I went to a group
conservative
that was conservative and wasn't for me. And I could have just said, but I was doing more research, as we say.
You weren't comfortable either.
But you can find a meeting because they're out there that you'll feel comfortable in.
And what's crazy is I don't think I would have felt comfortable in your meeting. Okay, there is a reason, like you always say, everything has a reason. But there's a reason I ended up in my meeting, okay?
Yeah.
Because it was the perfect place for me. It was the first place I learned to trust. I can't even tell you. Maybe in my whole life, Peter, who do you trust?
Yeah.
Maybe in my whole life. And I was telling you this before we started the show. And it just happened this week or last week, last Sunday to be exact. My sponsor comes to pick me up to go to a meeting. And he goes, I just want you to know you're my favorite person. I love you more than anyone. But it was so unconditional. I'm an only child. Neither one of my parents ever said that to me. My mom actually said, I never should have had a child. I wish this hadn't happened. Being at the nannies from 6 months to 11, to have this man love me so unconditionally. What a gift.
Yeah.
It has meant the world to me. Like, I can't tell you. And would I have had that if I didn't go to our group?
Exactly.
And just so you know, he's gay, so it's not a twisted relationship. He doesn't want nothing from me. Okay?
We talk about family of choice, and he is a dad of choice for Julie.
First time I've had a place to go for the holidays. I've always had my child, which is different. She's my favorite person. I love her unconditionally. But me, her, and Dawn go together too. And so do you, Peter. You're the brother I always wanted, even if you don't play basketball. Even if you don't know what football is in a pick six, it's okay.
Yeah. I think with these roundtables and getting people from diverse different meetings and organizations, that then people who are listening, who maybe are not comfortable where they're at, they can get to know, oh, wait, that meeting, they do that there? That sounds intriguing. So maybe we can open that up a little bit and get people to, because you get the pamphlet or you go on to the AA site.
Get turned off on the literature, and it's not even like that.
It's hard to just, you see the name of the meeting and you're like, come to believe you don't know anything about what that group's going to be like or what. So it'd be nice to hear what different groups have to offer and what maybe the vibe is. You get a little sense of the vibe of the group and stuff so that people who are out there that don't know, they can say, wait, that's one I think I'd like to try. And then they can go and be like me who discovered my people eventually.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I heard today True Colors is going to have housing coming up. Like, how amazing is that? But I want to say something. We talked about it earlier. And this is to everybody who's done the podcast too. Our original goal, which is still our goal, is to share real stories of recovery.
Yes.
Period. But I think in addition, our mission also is to be one voice for all recovery, to share all these places and these people.
Yeah.
And to be like, we want to tell you that Pathfinders is having this event, that 4D is having this event, that you can kick it at True Colors. Quest on April 13th, our Quest, Nicole, they're having an open house. I was just telling my friend from 12 to 3, and they have all this stuff, acupuncture,
Wow.
like, yeah, and they're for the LGBT community. Like, there's, and the youth, that the stuff 4D is doing with the youth, right? And just, there's so many places. Fora, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
You can get detox, mental health, family.
Yeah.
Like, I can just go on, but we want you to know about all of them. We just want to be one voice of recovery for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that is our mission while sharing real stories of recovery.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does. We've done that to a certain degree.
We have.
As best as our capacity can handle. And we've gone to different events and tried to share what the events were like. And we have people on from different organizations to get an idea of what they're like. And then different people who've come out of those organizations have shared what their experiences were. So we've laid the groundwork.
Done that. And I think we continue.
It's just taking it to the next level.
Absolutely.
And hopefully this year with grants and some of the sponsorships and things that we're getting, we'll be able to do more of that. Because like we said earlier, it's just, we're both just working real jobs and then we do this on the side.
I'm hoping, you know what I'm hoping for?
I'd like to devote more time to it. That's what I want.
I'm going to retire in a couple of years, so here we go. But I want to get with Oregon Pride in Business. We were at BRO last year, Basic Rights of Oregon, right? We've gotten to be part of so many special things. And we'll be at the Oregon Recover Walk this year.
Yeah.
And we'll be at GTD's 5K run in September. Yeah. Like, it's going to be our 3rd year at these events. How cool is that?
Yeah,
it's going to be our 3rd year.
And we'll at least have a canopy, right?
I have it.
We got someone.
We got it. Thank you, Jen. Shout out to Jen. Got us a canopy.
We are so grateful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And yeah. I am beyond grateful for everyone who's in some way been a part of this journey for us, and all the support, our home group support, the guest support, the organizations that have supported us by inviting us to events.
The Lunch Bunch and Extended Family.
Yeah.
They hold us down on a regular basis. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then I want to say speedy recovery to Leanne, our number one fan.
Yeah, our number one fan.
She got bit by a dog, and I want her to heal.
Yeah. I forgot to stop the clock. That's my cuckoo clock.
It's okay.
If you heard it, you may not have heard it. So
I just want to say thank you. And we're looking forward to the 3rd year. We're on it now and just growing even more.
Yeah. I have a very positive, optimistic feeling. So
me too.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good things are coming our way, Peter.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Julie. Thanks for being here and listening to us.
Thanks for listening to us ramble on.
I don't know.
And you know what would be great? If you get a chance, give us some feedback. I'd love to know what you guys say. We get a lot of feedback offline, if you will, but it'd be great to have some comments on you can comment on the blog. You can go to our site and comment there. You can comment on all these different platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, on and on. Just give us a little shout out. Yeah. And on every platform, Apple has a commenting system, Spotify. It'd be great to have some of those that we can then share with and you could do it anonymously, but that's totally fine if you want to maintain your anonymity. We just want to hear, and even be critical. If you say, your shows are too long,
Please don't be critical.
No, I'm good with all. I have a thick skin, so I want to hear if you guys. I'd like to I'm always trying to improve. I worked on the website. I did some redesign to it to make it be a little more accessible, I hope. But yeah, just give us some feedback. Let us know how you think we're doing. And
I am always trying to improve, but yeah.
But
I want the love. I'm just saying.
Well, give us the love too.
And not just the love that you want to hear me talk to you at night. Okay.
I have to tell you that when I was chatting with Felicia and she had listened to these episodes, she said, "That Julie, I can't wait to meet her. She's got such a soothing voice."
So last thing. So I'm going into work, right? And this person says, "How was your weekend?" And I said, I was busy doing the podcast. Really? What podcast? And I say, and you're in recovery. Yes. How long? And I tell them, and their mouth hits the floor, right? Me too. Wow. And I give them a card. The next week I'm walking into work. Girl, your voice. And I'm like, you want to talk to me at night? And it's just a joke, but it's funny. I think. And guess what I do for a living, folks? I talk
on the phone
all day long. So anyway, we
and
love
you're
you.
still not tired and still able to chat on the podcast. So that takes a lot after talking all day. And then, yeah, that's
This
a lot.
is better though, I will say.
This is more rewarding,
Though I do
right?
get to help a lot of people as well at my job, and I love that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
So-
very cool. All right, we're going to sign off now.
Okay, good night. This is Julie.
This is Peter. Thanks for listening.
That's a wrap on today's episode. Thanks to each and every one of you for lending us your ears and hearts. Your engagement is what fuels our passion and keeps this podcast thriving.
We cherish the moments we share here and hope they resonate with you, whether you're on a daily commute, at the gym, or just taking a moment for yourself.
Make sure to head over to our website at realrecoverypodcast.com. While you're there, subscribe to our newsletter for the latest insights and uplifting stories from our community delivered straight to your inbox.
Click that subscribe button on your favorite podcast player too, so you can keep up with every new episode. It's your support that keeps our conversation alive and meaningful.
And if our stories have touched you, consider using the donate button on our site. Your contributions, no matter the size, are deeply appreciated. They help us continue our mission of sharing hope and healing.
Join us beyond the podcast and follow our journey on social media. Find us on Instagram, Facebook, and on X, formerly known as Twitter. All the links are on our site, so you can stay connected and be a part of the Real Recovery community every day.
Your likes, shares, and comments not only spread the message of recovery, but also remind us that we're all in this together.
So, until we meet again, remember that recovery is a journey, not a destination, and we'll be here to accompany you every step of the way to recovery, real recovery.
Thanks for listening.